So after taking a long time to figure out that there is no good angle of my bedroom, I decided to make this video for you all because it was at this point in the week that I was hoping to have the next song in my Pantone project released. I've set a goal for myself to be releasing a new song every week, but this week, unfortunately, it isn't happening because this particular Pantone song turned into something I think really cool, but inevitably just really complicated and kind of got away from me. And so instead of trying to rush something out by the end of the week, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna let this week slide, but I do want to do this video to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what I am doing. The color that this song is based on is called Old Rose, and it started with this particular synthesizer sound that I want to play for you, and this melody. This was the first thing I came up with. There's like this really kind of superficial sadness to it that I dig. That same melody a little later on comes in reiterated, but by a full orchestra now. And then our synthesizer friend makes a return here in the B section. I like the arrangement ideas I'm coming up with, but what I'm finding is that I'm having to do a lot of learning about arranging on the spot. The part that I'm working on hardest right now is the climax of the whole song, which I won't play now because it's a huge work in progress, but it's difficult because it's reiterating the melody that we've been hearing throughout the whole song, but it's way more dramatic and very intentionally more harmonically complex than we've heard it old Hollywood movie kind of a sound right before we kind of hit this big breaking point, and then we cool back down into the sounds that started the song. So there's just a lot of moving parts. There's a lot to keep track of, a lot of counter melody, and a lot of places that your ear is going to, because at this point you've heard the melody enough to know what the song goes like. And so my mentality is just kind of around every corner. There's a new little bit of ear candy or a little surprise. And so I kind of vaguely hear that in my head when I'm picturing the melody and kind of what the pathos of the whole thing is. But when it comes to actually sitting down at the computer and essentially transcribing what's in my head and saying, okay, well, you hear a little flute thing, do something there, but then where does that flute go? Does it join something else, or does it do the melody for a second? Does it do a harmony? Does it do a rhythmic figure that's really distinct? So this is by far the hardest arrangement project I've ever done, and it kind of caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to do something this complex for any of my Pantone Project songs, because I was hoping that these would be things I could just get out really quick. But I decided to let the song take me where it wanted to take me, and I'm glad it did. I think this will be really good, and I'm excited for you all to hear it. I might just play a tiny bit of the very ending for you. I'll solo some of the strings here and see if there's anything good. That's all you get. I do plan to have Old Rose next week for you all, so keep an eye out. Thanks.